Hi, this is Prex, and welcome to another episode of What I Read. Yes, I have another episode since I think the book I am about to share with you deserves this kind of effort. As always, a disclaimer is in order. As part of the Book Blogger's Novel of the Year award, the Right Reads provided me an electronic ARC of the novel The Gilded King by Josie Jaffrey in exchange for an honest review. The Book Blogger's Novel of the Year is a competition where book bloggers from all over the world read and score books written by indie authors. If you are an author and wish to learn more about the 2021 BBNYA competition, you can visit the official website at www.bbnya.com. A few notes about the author. Josie is the author of 9 self published novels plus short stories. She is currently working on a range of fantasy and historical fiction projects, both adult and young adult, for which she is seeking representation. Josie lives in Oxford with her husband and 2 cats, Parky and Gussie, who graciously permit human cohabitation in return for regular feeding and cuddles. The resulting cat fluff makes it difficult for Josie to wear black, which is largely why she gave up being a goth. Although the cats are definitely worth it, she still misses her old wardrobe. In the blue, the world's last city, all is not well. Julia is stuck within its walls. She serves the nobility from a distance until she meets Lucas, a boy who believes in fairy tales that Julia's world can't accommodate. The blue is her prison, not her castle, and she'd escape into the trees if she didn't know that contamination and death awaited humanity outside. But not everyone in the blue is human, and not everyone can be contained. Beyond the city's boundaries, in the wild forests of the red, Cameron has precious little humanity left to lose. As he searches for a lost queen, he finds an enemy rising that he thought long dead. An enemy that the humans have forgotten how to fight. One way or another, the walls of the blue are coming down. The only question is, what side you'll be on when they do. Before proceeding, here's another disclaimer. I'm a vampire noob. My knowledge goes as far as Dracula's and Lestat's names. Vincent Valentine if you consider him one. I don't gravitate towards vampire literature for no specific reason, similar to how a number of people turn up their noses at other young adult fantasy novels. Reading The Gilded King eased me into this uncharted realm. The fact that I didn't read a whole invitation tweet for the blog tour was partly to blame. With that said, let's get it on with my amateur 2 cents on Josie Jaffrey's novel. The structure. Josie Jaffrey's storytelling is superb. The Gilded King, though the first novel in the Sovereign series, is but one of the novels created to build the world of the Silvers. A reader gets bits and pieces about the world, but not everything. Just enough to pull you in, help you understand the story, and make you want to read and know more. Red and blue as colors and as places. Black and red are colors often associated with vampires, but in the novel, red and blue are the colors that hold significant meanings. Red's meaning in a novel about vampires hardly needs to be explained. Blood, hello. But it gets an additional context in The Gilded King, similar to how red signs are taken today. Red light means stop. Caution or warning signs are inked in red. Red is the name of the dangerous area outside Blue. How dangerous it is to the citizens of Blue, I can't tell you without spoiling the story. Blue, on the other hand, signifies peace and order, something that the Silvers and the city would like to keep. The seemingly harmonious relationship of the Silvers and their attendants also contribute to the meaning of the color. The tension between these 2 places is further emphasized when Julia attempts to leave, but utterly fails as her courage betrays her. The tension builds up until it culminates with Red breaking through the blue's borders. Silver and glass. Silver, with their strength, beauty, and immortality, are a sort of nobility, and humans treat them as such. Some revere them, others detest them. Meanwhile, humans are mortal and in the world created by Jaffrey, subject to servitude. With my description, you'd think a silver outclasses a human. The nobles in blue encourage this. However, in the story, it is more complicated than that, as their relationship is more symbiotic rather than predatory. Although human beings are considered servers, the irony lies in the silver's dependence on their attendants for their immortality. Without pure blood, they'd die of hunger. Julia and Cam are both central figures in The Gilded King. Both are smart, curious, and faithful to a fault. Cam, the silver protagonist, actively pursues what he believes is his remaining purpose to find Emmy while uncovering a plot brewing outside the unsuspecting civilization of Blue. Meanwhile, Julia, the human protagonist, tries to resist her destiny by going against some rules, going as far as to plan an escape from Blue. They cherish their friends, in Cam's case Emmy, in Julia's case Claudia, and will do anything to protect them. Given the chance, I would want to read the next installment or other books related to the Gilded King. It would be fantastic to revisit the world Jaffrey created. Here comes the however statement. I have a number of books waiting to be read and reviewed. I want to finish my Harry Potter Lord of the Rings Sherlock Holmes marathon, and I have signed up for another blog tour in May. These may sound like lame excuses, but I sincerely want to finish Jaffrey's series. In fact, I have a number of questions I need to be answered. What happens to Cam and Felix? I want to know more about Emmy. I'm curious how Lucas and Julia will survive in this dystopia. All these thoughts coming from someone who does not care about romance and vampires. That is saying something. Overall, I enjoyed Josie Jaffrey's The Gilded King more than I expected. So why don't you give this book a try? This is all for today's episode of What I Read, and see you next time.